Holy...
I have just seen a ghost. Is that somebody there? No! I'm not going down there, no way!
Don't drop the camera!
Get up now before you die.
Hello, I'm Yvette Fielding, and this week I've brought my team to North Wales, to a place that is said to be so haunted, the owners have called us in to find out who or what is causing so much trouble. Welcome to Most Haunted and the Tivoli Venue.
The Tivoli Venue is situated in Buckley, North Wales. Originally a central hall which would have served the people of Buckley. The majority would have been employed in the pottery factories or coal mining industries from the 17th century onwards. In 1925, the cinema and music hall was built on top of the hall's demolished site. In 1945, the venue suffered from a fire that blazed throughout the top half of the building, leading to one fatality. The Tivoli Venue has been a place that has entertained not just local people, but people from around the world. Famous bands have donned the stage, from the Beatles, the Rolling Stones to Coldplay, and a plethora of up-and-coming new artists. But the owners can't ignore the strange goings-on that have been occurring regularly anymore. Strange figures have been seen on the stairs with no logical explanation. The image of a hanged man has been witnessed by the staff on their security cameras. Doors bang, smoke is seen and smelt, and the poltergeist activity is violent.
A strange figure has been seen descending these stairs on numerous occasions. Now, it normally happens when the building has been locked up and everyone is accounted for. A frightening situation that beggars belief. This small room plays host to the ghost of a hanged man that was seen by staff on their security cameras. Well, as you can imagine, the owner rushed in here only to find the room completely empty. The image of the hanged man will remain with the staff for many years, but who was he? And why does his terrifying image still haunt this building? A fire occurred here in 1945 and rampaged through the top floor of this building. An alleged accident killed the projectionist in this very room, which has left a huge scar on the whole of the building. Since then, when people come into this room, some people have the feeling of being burnt, and often they see smoke. But my one question is, why couldn't the projectionist get out? And why did the door mysteriously jam? Tonight, we hope to find out.
To understand more about the building and the regular strange occurrences, manager Kirsty Openshaw explained the reasons for calling us in to help.
Not long after I first started, I was in reception speaking to one of the girls on the cloakroom, and just from the corner of my eye I saw an old gentleman walking down the stairs. So as I looked over to see who he was, there was actually nobody there. The owner had a glass thrown at him upstairs in the green room. He was up there on his own, just checking the place out. He walked behind the bar, then came back from behind the bar over to where the windows are, and the glass came from the bar and just missed him. And he looked around everywhere and there was nobody there, just him. Before I worked here, the manager had cashed up and was upstairs in the office. Everywhere had been locked up. The staff were inside the building having a drink, waiting for their food to be delivered. And in came the delivery driver. They asked how he'd got in, and apparently there was an old gentleman who had opened the door and let him in. And he described the man, and nobody knew who this man was. Before now, it was a couple of months ago, I was in the office, I was in the building on my own, and I heard whistling. To start off with, it just went over my head, didn't think anything of it, until actually I realised I was on my own. So I looked out the front, there was nobody about, nobody down at the side. I walked around the building, nobody in here. Went back in the office, and it was getting louder, and then it just faded away. And that went on for about half an hour. There are smells of smoke that you can smell if you walk into the projection room or into the theatre, and also you see smoke as well sometimes coming down the corridor. It has actually been seen by more than one person at different times.
The activities seem to be regular and violent, but what does demonologist Fred Batt make of it?
There is so much paranormal activity in this place, it's hard to know where to begin. But let's start at the most talked about thing that happened here, and that's the fire in the projection room in the 1940s, and somebody died there. And it's said that his spirit has never truly left. Tonight's going to be a great investigation. We've got 3 new people on board, we've got new equipment on board, and apart from anything else, this place is really haunted.
Now, a lot of ghost and paranormal groups use this. It's called a spirit box. It's very small. It used to be called Frank's box, and we introduced it on Most Haunted about 8 years ago. Obviously, it's a lot smaller now, and for people who don't know what it is, it's basically a radio transistor, and it scans the airwaves looking for words supposedly spoken by dead people or from the other side. I've had some quite good results with it. I don't know what I think about it really, but I decided that this is a little bit too small for us now. We want to go bigger and better, and that's exactly what we've done. So, joining the Most Haunted team, a new member of our family, one of the world's leading authorities on EVP. It's Eamon. Welcome to the family.
Thanks for having me.
This is amazing stuff. So we go from this to
that.
this.
Yeah, it's quite a lot of equipment, so we couldn't quite squeeze it into there.
And what do you think to these things?
I think there's been mixed results with them. I mean, personally, we tried to stay away from it because it's quite easy to debunk it. Basically, you're getting radio signals, so that is quite easy to debunk. So we decided to take a more scientific approach and ended up with this.
Tell us what this is, and in layman's terms, how does it work?
So basically, what we've got essentially is we've got a carrier frequency that goes in. That's a radio frequency, just white noise that goes into the machine. The antenna on top is capable of receiving scalar waves, and we believe on our research that spirits communicate using scalar waves. So that's something that's it's in its infancy of research really. So that then goes into a motherboard that's installed into the machine. That's then processed. So anything that's captured, anything above the human hearing range is then captured and converted back into the human hearing range. So if somebody wants to communicate with us here, that will be converted back through this machine. Then we have a set of synthesizers and different filters just to get that voice much clearer, an amplifier and so on. And then, yeah, it just comes out of the speakers.
Should we have a listen?
We can do. I mean,
See what it sounds like?
We could have something coming through now. Let's see. So if anybody can come through, could you say hello? Okay, so that's coming through that right now.
Right.
And it's backed up by a white noise which is going through to it.
So as our What's that? It sounds like laughing. So as the investigation goes on, we'll keep this on all the time.
Yeah,
we'll keep
basically,
recording.
we'll just leave it in this hall, and we'll just keep coming in here. We're going to put a recorder here just to see what we capture through the night as well. Okay. So that should be pretty interesting.
That'd be really interesting. I'll say this is going to be absolutely fantastic.
Yeah.
I'm so excited. It's going to be absolutely brilliant. And welcome to the team.
Yeah, thank you.
I love bringing new members onto the Most Haunted team, and the more sceptical, the better. I'm always eager to gauge their reactions during an investigation.
Another new member of the Most Haunted family is Glenn Hunt, broadcaster and skeptic this evening. You're here for the rest of the series to look at the logic logical side of everything, aren't you?
Yeah, I suppose from a viewer's point of view, it's easy to be removed from a situation when you're sat on the sofa at home shouting at the TV, oh, it's got to be some floorboards of it. Somebody from outside is throwing something and you can't see it. So I'm the lucky viewer, I suppose, inside the TV right now, just having a look at this and seeing, you know, can I be more objective whilst I'm actually on the location with you?
Well, we need that because you're quite right. A lot of people will jump to conclusions. I mean, we've already had something strange go on. We've had a mirror smash or something smashed, even though Carl and Stuart, they were away from it, they're on camera.
I've got bars coming up. Where did it come from?
Yeah. Hello?
Light on there. Hello? See if anyone's down there. Is Greg down there?
No, he's really good.
Where does this take you?
Do you know, it's just an empty mire.
Crap.
Yeah.
Let's go and see if they heard anything then. Where did it come from? Was it here, do you think?
Definitely from up there, yeah.
Right, okay. Holy what? Dope. It's interesting you brought that up because before Carl and Stuart were actually down those stairs and they did work their way back up again, and it's quite possible, I'm not saying this is the case, but it's quite possible they might have dislodged something on the floor that was supporting the mirror, and then eventually the weight of it shifted slightly and down it came.
So what's the role of a skeptic?
I think the role of a skeptic is to keep that level head when everything around you is going off and people are putting 2 and 2 together and possibly making 5. And I suppose, you know, it's easy in a situation like this to jump to conclusions and assume something is of a paranormal issue. Well, I will say this, which I do find a little bit odd. We're in the top floor of the Tivoli now, which is only used for storage, but it's the top part of the theatre where there was a fire originally in 1945, and it's already quite an emotive place. You can see the destruction that went on. There's paint still hanging from the ceiling. It's never been decorated or fixed up since that moment, and that's why this part of the building is never generally used. And what I do find interesting is I was up here earlier and had a look around just to get a sense of the location. Went downstairs, we spent a couple of hours downstairs looking around, and then came back up here again with the staff. And what is very strange is we all could smell burning, the smell of smoke, very strong smell, not like cigarette smoke, but proper fire smoke. And the staff were picking up on this as well, and I asked them about whether they've smelt that before, and they said as many times as they've been up here before, they've never smelt it ever.
Now that's interesting.
That is interesting. I can't work out where it's coming from, if it is coming from the remnants here.
Would you still smell that smell, the smoky smell from 1945? Does it always cling to the building?
That's my point. It wasn't here before. None of us could smell it before, but it's here now. I find that odd.
I think we're going to have one heck of an evening. Of course, you can probably hear just below the EVP. You know, Eamon's doing his stuff. It's very exciting for us. What do you make to all of that equipment, the EVP? It
is very interesting. I noticed there were microphones on the side of the platform that he's got all the gear on. That is for you might see the old-fashioned analog tape machines. That is for recording sound because digitally there's all kinds of filters, but Eamon likes to use old-fashioned analog input to record sounds, and therefore you've got a true sound without any chance of it being messed with. So the microphones over the tape machines, the whole device has got for making the sounds, that is coming through an aerial. There's no audible input, so the noises are coming out of his speakers. He is generally picking out of the ether.
That's very strange.
So that is odd.
What are you going to be looking out for this evening? You're going to have to try and keep your head completely straight when particularly another new member of the team, Leah, who is absolutely terrified already, when she's losing it around how are you going to react when a door slams or somebody screams? Well, I won't lie to you, if you're sat in the dark and it all is calm and then somebody next to you screams, your automatic human reaction is to jump and be startled as well. So I'm not saying that that's not going to happen to me. However, I would like to think that, you know, I can be a sense of calm when it's all going off. We'll all be hiding behind you then. Thanks very much.
The Tivoli Venue had already started to entertain us. I knew that this investigation was going to be an interesting one. We were all eager to get started and to hopefully unravel who, what and why the hauntings were so regular and frightening.
This is a great location. It's just got so much to it. It's so different. I'm really excited. There's lots of stories, lots of history. What are you thinking?
There's loads happened here. I mean, even before this place was built, this was built in the 1920s. Before that, there was like a village big hall here, and they used to do public hangings outside, so that's a good start. Straight away.
So we could get something going right back. Right. Glenn, skeptic, we've already discussed, but it's what a location.
Yeah, but remember where we are. We're in a nightclub which is empty, you know, mid-afternoon, early evening, and nobody's meant to be in a nightclub when it's like this. It always seems a bit odd, doesn't it? It's unfamiliar at a nightclub when it's empty.
Do you know, you're right, and it's the same with theatres as well, isn't it? Places like that, all of a sudden it feels a bit eerie because there's nobody here. Let's go on upstairs. Right, I'm going to do a bit of calling out here because we're all here. I actually haven't heard any taps or knocks yet. Has anybody else?
No.
Let's go into this bit here. Right, should we do a bit of a calling out?
Yeah.
See if we can hear anything. Hello there. If there's anybody here, if you can see us. What was that?
There's a whistle coming from over there.
Was it a definite whistle?
Yeah, that was picked up on sound, that, yeah.
If you can see us. What was that?
There's a whistle coming from over there.
That was definitely picked up on the microphone, whatever it was.
That was...
I did hear that.
Yeah.
Try it again.
Yeah. Okay. Hello there. My name's Yvette. I want to introduce myself to you. If you can hear me, can you give us a sign of any kind of noise or throw something or bang on something? What was that? Did you hear it? Did anybody else hear it? Yeah.
From up that way.
Yeah. Can you throw something, perhaps? You hear it again? Whistle.
There's a whistle again.
Yeah.
I'm getting all of this. It's coming from behind the side.
Yeah, I'm getting all of this. I got the knock up there and I got the whistle.
That's where I keep hearing stuff up there.
Yeah.
That's exactly what I'm hearing.
It's like someone's just walked up
I
there.
swear to God, I heard that as well. That wasn't whistling though, it's like someone's walking into that room.
Yeah, and that's what I've just said. Did anyone follow us up? But there's no one in that room.
Oh, well, let's go and have a look. Well, this is the projection room, and this is where the projectionist died. He actually died in this room. I mean, what a horrific death. I mean, that must have been so... Words can't even describe it.
It's terrible. I mean, we don't know really what happened. There's a couple of different stories going around. All we know is he was trapped in here. The door was wedged shut and he died of smoke inhalation. But the room is still as it was when it caught fire. You can see the damage in here and it's still like it. It's never changed. So I think we'll probably pick something up in here tonight.
Well, it'd be interesting, wouldn't it? I mean, what do you think, Glenn?
Well, obviously, it paints a very, very sorry picture in here. Obviously, a tremendous tragedy, especially when you see all the burns on the roof. But, you know, it feels desolate, it looks desolate, it's cold. You know, we've got just wood panels on the window as well. If you're in here on your own, your imagination could play a few tricks on you, couldn't you?
Let's turn all the lights off in the building and let's start our vigil.
The whole building's atmosphere changed as soon as the lights went out. I wanted Leah, a new member of the team, to jump in head first. So who better to send her off with than old pro Stuart?
Me and Leah are going upstairs now.
What was that? What was that?
It's a cloth. It's a cloth on the floor.
Oh,
Fine, it's okay. It's okay. Just give me your hand.
No, because I don't can't.
Just
Can I get
let
my
go.
torch
Yeah,
out?
of course you can.
Wait, stay there.
Of course you can. Crap. You're
Are we
freaking.
allowed my torch?
You're allowed anything you like.
If I...
Listen. Calm down because you're gonna have an accident now. Right. Okay.
Can we just stay here?
We can stay here for a moment if you like. Yeah.
Because I don't like that room behind me.
What room?
That room.
Okay. It's fine. Let me just spin this round a second. What's that noise down there? Right, so there's me and Leah. Leah's hanging on to me. As you can see, she's not letting me go. Right, let's let's just walk forward.
No.
Well, let's just stand there out the way of the doorway. Would you like to call out?
No! No, I'm scared.
It's okay. Leah, at any time. I did hear the voice. I heard a voice. We'll just have a walk down there if you like.
No.
We'll just
Maybe
to
a few steps.
Okay, okay. Please show yourself. Whoa! Whoa! Calm down,
No!
calm down,
No!
calm down, calm down.
No,
Just-
I'm not going down there, no way.
Just
There's
hold on.
No way
Hold
I'm
on.
going down there.
And that came from down there.
Right, let's
Listen,
go back.
let me
'cause
me
we're
just
on
go
our
down
own.
there and just check.
No,
There's no
I'm
one
not
there.
staying here. No way, I'm not staying on my own.
Come with me then.
No,
We'll-
I don't
we'll-
want to go down there. No. 'cause
We'll go in
something is
one.
down-
Gonna drop the camera.
No, I'm going. I'm not doing
Come
that.
back.
With Leah well and truly indoctrinated into the team, I decided to continue with a Ouija board session. For the first time on Most Haunted, a collaboration of old and new, a Victorian Ouija board and state-of-the-art science. Hopefully we could put a name to one of the entities that was haunting the Tivoli.
There's anybody here? If there's any people here with us now, they can hear my voice, they can see us, and you are here in this place, come towards us now. Let us know your name, why you're here. Talk to us, say hello. Can you move the glass? How many of you are here? How many? Take the glass to how many are here.
Can you interact with the team?
Three.
Yeah, you can keep on talking. I mean, turn it up
Yeah.
as loud as you like now. 'Cause we,
Yeah. Apparently there are 3 people here according to the Ouija board, Eamon.
Okay. Shall we switch on the two-way?
Yeah.
Can you hear us?
Oh.
Can you interact with the team?
3, 4. Or 34.
Are you? Do you belong to this building?
The glass is moving.
Yes.
Do you often haunt this place?
Yes. Yes. What did you ask?
on that as well.
It was a yes. It's very clear.
Keep asking questions, Eamon.
God, what did I ask his name?
Could you confirm what your name is?
H. You just said it.
That was
Did you
very
get?
clear.
Did you get Harry?
Yeah,
Yeah, he's spelling it out on the Ouija board
that was
as
very
well.
clear. Could you repeat that name? Okay. Harry, do you want to move on, or are you just happy here? Happy?
He just said happy, didn't
Happy? Yeah.
Can you please tell us here on the Ouija board, Harry? Are you? Yeah, you are happy. Yes. This is great.
It seemed that we were in communication with a spirit allegedly called Harry, who had died in the fire. I wanted to find out more, and to do that, myself, Eamon and Darren headed to the projectionist room, where a projectionist had been killed during the 1945 fire. Using EVP, could we possibly talk to the very person who died here all those years ago?
Harry, can you hear us clearly? Is this where you died? Should we play that back and see what we've got? Okay. Let's have a go. Let's just turn that up.
Harry, can you hear us clearly?
That's amazing. to have to get that in edit and amplify it.
What was that? What was that right at the end?
Do you know
That
what?
sounded like a second voice or something in there.
Say it, should I play it again?
Yeah, play the whole thing. That was actually pretty...
Whilst we were upstairs, Stuart sees something that has a profound effect on him.
Shut up. I've got my tongue.
Something's just caught my attention.
Can I
Over there, Carl.
can I use some sort?
I don't know, like a figure or... I don't know. It's in the corner of the bar.
What did you hear? What did you see, Stu? 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 What did you see?
The camera out. Shit, listen to that.
Stu?
Listen to that.
You all right, Stu?
Yeah. What's wrong?
Just let him go.
So are those waveforms of speech?
Yeah. So basically, what I'll show you now actually is we'll not use any white noise at all. And if you look here, it's like a meter here, so you know that what's going through. So when we speak, it's going to pick that up. But when we stop speaking, if that starts moving by itself, that means something's trying to communicate.
Okay.
It's not as clear when that happens, so I'm just going to save that. It's not as clear when that happens, but it just shows you something's clearly trying to communicate. So here we go. So, Harry, can you hear me clearly? So as you can see, it's picking up waveforms out.
Oh gosh, he's speaking to us.
This is particularly odd because this is the chair that he died in, that we're resting the computer on.
Well, we don't know that for sure. We don't know that for sure, do we?
Is that not?
No, you can't. I don't think we can
So
say
what if it
that.
was?
No.
No.
Imagine if it was. I mean, that'd be
Well, maybe
interesting.
he could tell us anyway, couldn't he?
I probably can't.
Can I ask? I
Yeah,
don't know.
sure.
Harry, is this the chair that you died on? Is this the room that you died in?
Okay, play that back. Now this will be interesting because there's no white noise, so any kind of sound that's coming out is purely just, well, it's manifesting itself.
Harry, can you hear me clearly?
Yeah. So we'll
As you can see, it's picking up waveforms. Oh gosh, he's speaking to us. This is particularly odd because this is the chair that he died in, that we're resting the computer on.
Was that a no? Was that a no?
that was
Harry, can you hear me clearly?
yeah.
Gosh, he's speaking to us. This is particularly odd because this is the chair that he died in, that we're resting the computer on.
Was that a no?
This is the chair that he died in. This is the chair that he died in. This is the chair that he died in.
I mean, that's a really good sign because that's without any white noise at all. That's just he's generating that energy to speak with just out of thin air.
So
really.
the small waveforms
So all the
here
small waveforms
are him talking.
Harry talking. You can see our big waveforms here.
Yeah.
These are the questions we've been asking. All these small ones here are all the responses to the questions. Now, what's interesting is, well, we asked about the chair. Just here, this is where he says no.
Can
so
you replay that?
yeah, we can. Let's see.
That we're resting the computer. This is the chair that he died in, that we're resting the computer on. Well, we don't.
Let's see if we can amplify.
Yeah.
Yeah, I did.
You hear that, Greg?
One more time.
No. Sounded
This is
quite.
the chair that he died in, that we're resting the computer.
No.
He said no. It actually sounds
Said
quite
no.
northern as
Yeah.
well.
No.
Yeah.
No. Play
That
again.
is quite quite special, isn't it?
This is the chair that he died in, that we're resting the computer on. Well, we don't know that for sure. We don't know that.
I mean, he's listened to the conversation as well, which I find really interesting.
As our communications with this entity seemed to be getting stronger, we were called downstairs as it seemed that Stuart needed help.
I don't know what I saw something over there, and whatever it was, I had to get up and go over. Sorry, I can't talk.
Take 10. Yeah?
What's the matter? What's happened?
No, I'm fine, I'm okay. No, I'm all right. It's all good.
No, I don't think so, but what's happened? I have no idea what's
Well,
gone.
when you guys left, something got my attention over there, and I saw something. I don't know what it was. I can't tell you what it was. It was a male, female, ghost shape. I don't know. I just saw an object going across the room. I feel such an ass.
Why? So go on.
So I walked over there, and it was almost like something was telling me to stop, because if I carried on, something bad would happen to me. And then something just whispered in my ear, "Get up now before you die." So that's when I walked out.
A seemingly negative entity had really frightened Stuart, but never one to give up, he was determined to go it alone. Meanwhile, I was intrigued with the upper circle. The mirror that had smashed earlier and the whistling meant that there was more to be investigated. So I took Leah, Glenn and Greg with me.
Come towards us now. Let us know that you're around us. Is that somebody there? What? Somebody on the stairs? No, there was somebody on the stairs.
There was somebody there.
Who was that?
Okay, are you sure you're happy about being down there?
I'm going to do what I can.
Right.
That's all I can do. I don't want to say no and just leave it. I'd like to go back into the gents' toilets, because things have been happening there, so... Well...
Okay.
We had the tap running, and we had the hairdryer. The hand dryer.
Right.
And I've got that on record.
Well, I think you should go to...
It's not going to happen again, but I'll go in there
Well, okay,
and see what happens.
If you want to go into the men's toilets, I can't stop you.
Well, there's no one in there. I'm not going in there to do lewd acts.
Go on, I'm going to go,
Right.
go back upstairs.
All right.
Are you sure you're all right?
Yeah, is Yvette okay?
Yeah, she's fine, yeah.
All right.
Hello?
Hello?
Somebody's just...
Somebody's come through these doors.
Yes, see? Somebody has just...
Right, is somebody in the building?
We need to check, because I saw them and Leah saw them.
No, Stu and I were just here. Stu and I were just here. These doors just banged, and I've just come straight out there because I thought one of you had kind of come in and gone, "Oh, they're down there."
Right, I swear to God, you saw what I saw, didn't you?
I don't know what I saw.
You didn't. Shall I show you what I saw? Shall I show you? Shall I show you what I saw? This is what I saw. So you're where Greg is, and this is what I saw.
I got my torch straight away, and that's when we ran.
Somebody leaned in, and then leaned out.
Right, well, there's no... Stu and I, literally, we were just there. We were saying, right, we're going to take about 10 steps in, and then we're going to start the vigil. And we heard the door, this door, not that one, this door, open. And we turned around and thought, oh, someone's come in, not knowing we're down here. We thought it might be Eamon or someone with the machine, but there was no one there. So I went through this one, and then I went through that one and shouted upstairs, and you just said, oh, I heard you say, did anyone go downstairs
Well,
or something?
if everybody's accounted for, then I've just seen a ghost. I have just seen a ghost because it was as clear as anything, and they leant in and then they leant out, and it was weird.
I'm just going to come. Stu, give me 2 seconds.
Is that the first time?
No, I've seen a pair of legs. I've seen a pair of legs. That was just really
Look.
Oh, careful, mate.
No, it's this. You're there like that. And it was...
Did you get that?
That's exactly
No,
what it was.
I was looking
We've
at a
got
vet,
that on
unfortunately.
No,
No,
it was
I was looking at a vet.
It was and do you know, there's something about it that makes me think of a woman.
It was when we were talking about the rock.
The thing is, right, I mean, look at the shadowy effects and everything, and anyone just moving around.
It was a head, it popped out as a head, had a look and went, and then boom, that was it. I didn't hear any footsteps either.
No, I didn't hear footsteps, that's why.
Right, let's go back to doing what we were doing, calling out, and then seeing. That's really freaked me out.
And we've got the sink. This is the tap that was running with water. So all I'm going to do now is going to put that on there a second. Let's see what I can do. What the? What? Hello? Okay. Stay there, Stu, stay there. Right, we're not going to walk away from this now. This tap has come on by itself. I was over there. There was no reason for this to come on.
If I get scared, can the torch go on?
No.
I think if I just sit on the carsey.
You're shaking.
I know, because I'm scared. We're stood near the chair that died.
A chair
chair's died?
What's the same thing? No. Right, I'm getting freaked out right now.
Calm down, it's fine.
Oh, can
Wait.
you come and stand next to me?
It's fine, look.
No, I can feel something sticky on the floor now.
Walk into this room now. Walk into the room.
Drop the keys on the floor.
Yeah, drop the keys on the floor. Make a noise. Come on, do something.
They're right behind me.
There's nothing behind you.
You're right, Greg. What are you looking out for?
I'm just looking around. Is anyone on the stairs?
Can you hear somebody on the stairs?
No, but I thought I saw a shadow.
See.
Oh, torch time.
No, let me just.
Is there anyone on the stairs?
You'll get more shadows. Do you want me to go and have a look?
Are we all going together?
See, now I've just heard a door.
Downstairs or up here?
Yeah, down.
Is that a piano or a guitar? There's a guitar in here.
Yeah, but the guitar. Right.
No,
Let's go
not
to the guitar.
joking.
Because
That
it
was
doesn't.
piano noise.
I need a bit of light. There we go.
Yeah, it doesn't work, I know, but...
But it's. I tell you what it sounds like. It sounds like something firing up, like a big.
Did you hear that?
I heard that, yeah.
I definitely heard that
I heard that,
noise.
but this is.
No, I know, it's not that.
It's not that. But
It's like a proper piano noise.
If there's someone here, please make yourself be known. Show yourself to me.
Right, should we go? Should we go back?
I'm not going live.
I just can't get over that.
I just don't like this room, like, it's just not a nice room to be in. You see, that freaks me out. Looking left. That room
It's every time we step out of this room.
Yeah.
What the hell is that?
It
Right.
sounds like
Go back in the room
it
again.
sounds like something powering up. I've decided.
It's a piano.
It's
You
definitely...
know when you switch something on heavy duty and it's like a big mains throb. That's what it sounds like to me.
Right, well, it is like a theatre. Could it not be
Is there
a
anything? Are there any of
piano?
these steps springy? Maybe is it this metal plate?
There's nothing on
Just
here.
trying
Like, that's the third time now.
But we're not banging the
Right.
door like that, are
Right,
we?
go back in.
Yeah.
I'll stay out here.
and we'll all.
Oh, I don't think I can... Right, you ready?
If there's someone here in this, the toilet, the restroom, please make yourself be known. I'm not here to harm you or disrespect you in any way. Now, I know there is someone. I'm not going to say a word. You had me in shot. I'll stay quiet for a second while this just runs its course. There you go. I can hear footsteps. There's no way I'm going out there. I'm not going out. I can hear them now. If I turn the camera around, I'm only going to light up what's there. Ah! There you go. There you go. That's the hand dryer. I think that's probably a good time for me now to actually go.
We had investigated every last nook and cranny of the Tivoli and had recorded some good anomalies. I was convinced I had seen a ghost, as had Stuart, but I was a little disappointed at the lack of identity. Who was it I had seen? Was it the same apparition that had terrified Stuart? Would the cellar give us any clues, or had we outstayed our welcome?
Turn on these fans. What's this? Shovel. Move this little shovel.
Oh, that come hurtling through the sky.
Knock me on the head with it.
Oh, no, Carl, don't say that.
Oh, you don't know, do you?
Oh, sorry.
What?
Heart's come out of my chest.
Oh, something's gone in
Look,
there.
smash, look, smash.
Oh, something has smashed.
Oh, man.
Was
Is it the bulb in that?
I'm having a mini heart
No,
attack.
something smashed, it's in
bulb
there.
in there or
Matt.
something?
No, there's...
I'm having a heart attack.
Something definitely.
Yeah.
It's a bulb,
Give me that.
it's a bulb again.
What's up, Stu?
Nothing, I'll just have a heart attack through that shock. I'm fine, I'm
How
alright.
has it gone right in there?
And where did the bulb come from?
Oh. I can't take it anymore.
Was that you?
Well, there's no strip lighting in there, Carl.
No, it's a small bulb.
Is it?
It's an arc bulb.
It's like it's not there, though.
No, that's a projection thing, isn't it? Or it's a lighting thing.
Yeah, I'm actually clutching my heart.
That's it then, isn't it? Ah, because there's fragments of glass.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
in there as well.
And on the floor. See? That could have hit one of us in the
Yeah, but where
face.
did it come from?
I don't know. Is there anything in that tape so close?
Did you?
It's all strip lighting, isn't it?
The Tivoli Venue beggars belief. What an extraordinary night with extraordinary people, one step closer to finding the truth.
Holy! Please show yourself. Whoa! Whoa!
No, I'm not going down there, no way.
You're gonna drop the camera.
Repeat that name.
That's amazing.
Where you died. This is particularly odd because this is the chair that you died in. That we're resting the computer on.
Was that no?
And then something just whispered in my ear. Get up now before you die.
Is that somebody there?
If you want to go into the men's toilets, I can't stop you.
I have just seen a ghost because it was as clear as anything.
Oh, torch time.
Now, I know there is someone. This camera around, I'm only going to light up what's there. Sorry.
Until next time, sleep tight.
Leave a message as you go. Find the moment.